Well, hello everybody, and great to see you again. Thanks for joining us again. So today we're going to talk about both Dynamics 365 marketing and ClickDimensions. And I just wonder, are we being a bit controversial there, Ian? I mean, aren't they competitors?
Have we ever been controversial, Wendy? Well, maybe just a bit. Yeah. They're absolutely they're competitors. But there's definite space in the market for both, and I think that if you think that they came from different places. So ClickDimensions has been there for a long time. It was the original marketing app that sat right underneath the bonnet of Dynamics, and then you got the new kid on the block, Dynamics for Marketing, which has come on dramatically in the last couple of years or so, in particular. But I do remember a great webinar with our dear friend Megan Walker, and we was having a chat with Amy Comey about, they had a face-off about which was best or which was most appropriate, Dynamics or ClickDimensions, and I think it came out a draw, and I think it was an appropriate result, to be perfectly honest.
Yes.
Because they both obviously got overlapping features, and yet they've also got differences between them, and I think. Where we try to work with our customers, saying, well, you define what it is who your target audience kind of is, what your target market is, and then we will match the product to that. And that can be quite challenging, because very often we have to really work hard with a customer to actually get them to answer those really difficult questions, like, well, who are you? Who does buy from you? Who are you trying to talk to? How are you trying to talk to them? Why are you trying to talk to them? What is the message you're trying to get out there? And what do you know works? It's we all throwing a lot of marketing out there, but if it's not engaging people, then it's just a complete waste of time. But you've had some challenges out with some of our customers before, haven't you, about trying to work with them along those lines? And
Yeah, absolutely. But I guess, things like the difference in the licensing, for example, between ClickDimensions and Dynamics 365 marketing could make that one of them more cost effective than the other. So ClickDimensions, just briefly, is licensed by subscription for a number of emails. Hundreds of thousands of emails per year that you send. Doesn't matter who you send them to, doesn't matter how many contacts you send to, it's the number of emails. But Dynamics is actually licensed, so you pay an amount for an app, and then you license according to the number of contacts you're going to market to. So every time you send a marketing email to a contact, it accrues and deprecates against the amount that you've bought. So, for some people, one way of licensing would be much more expensive than the other. So we need to factor that in when we're talking to people and actually have some idea. Where it's difficult is if somebody hasn't used the email marketing platform before and they don't know how many emails they're going to send, for example. But we know ClickDimensions is pretty flexible about upping any overage and allowing mid subscription changes to up the number of emails that you send. So it's those kinds of things are the ways we have to talk to our customers, the kinds of questions we have to ask for them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think a lot of it's about style as well. So that the two different apps have different styles of approach. ClickDimensions, it's certainly for me is a great step up from the whole MailChimp type approach. Because it just takes that whole email marketing to a completely different level, and be able to build that into a good campaign works really well, and different triggers and what have you. That's fantastic. Dynamics is coming from a slightly different approach, you say, so it's very much more important the segmentation right and get accurate. But again, then you put people on a customer journey. That's great, and you can monitor that going back. So, again, it's horses for courses, and it's very much a lot can be about the style of the marketing lead within an organization, or even in SMBs that we work with. Sometimes they don't have a marketing focus. So they might be bringing an agency in from the outside to work with them, which is completely possible and completely workable. And it's how they perceive either platform and it works. I mean, one differentiator is the event side. And again, that's is either you want it embedded, in which case it's Dynamics Marketing, or if you prefer to use Eventbrite and that type of approach, well, in that case it's ClickDimensions. Again, which one would you recommend? It has to be a discussion. It has to be a debate. It has to be a demonstration and an experience of it for people to focus and decide what's going to work for them.
I agree, and I think sometimes it can be as simple as aesthetics. Yeah. I do think that if you're coming from something like MailChimp, HubSpot, that kind of area, then ClickDimensions might look a little more familiar, and in that respect feel as though user adoption would be easier, marketeers could get on board with it more easily. I think that Dynamics 365 for marketing looks more technical, which isn't a problem for us. But it is because we're technical and we're in a technical organization, but we have to remember our customers aren't necessarily so. So, we do offer demos for both, and our friends at ClickDimensions help us very much with the demo side there. And I think also if perhaps you feel that your organization might need a little more support than you could possibly get from a community forum or from your implementer, then ClickDimensions may well be the more of the choice that we might see you needing in order to gain success from it, because ultimately that's what we're looking for, isn't it, Ian? A successful implementation of a marketing app. That's what we want for our customers.
Yeah, I think the point brought up there is that so we some years ago we spoke to ClickDimensions about selling a marketing automation tool was not hard because it looked good, it did stuff, and it worked, right? The question was, what did the customer do after, especially in an SMB environment? What did they do after they bought it? And if they didn't have that marketing background knowledge within the organization, and what ClickDimensions picked up on was that for a fact, and they do offer paid marketing guidance and support if you want to take that up on their platforms. So they know their platform and they understand marketing. They brought marketers alongside to do that. I think that's possibly, again, alluding to what you're saying earlier, is if you've got a marketing focus in your business, or you're bringing a marketing agency in, then it might be that they would prefer particularly some of the reporting and metrics that you can get out of Dynamics for marketing, because it is built from that more analytic approach. So like you say, it's horses and horses, and it would be for us to work and show the options to the customer, and then find the one that's going to match with them most appropriately.
Absolutely. And I think you've alluded there to the marketing services, and we are actually going to have a conversation with ClickDimensions about offering their marketing services, what that means, and what customers might gain from that. So we'll cover that another time. But I think for now, that's probably us done with regards to why we offer both. Ultimately, it's so that our customers get the best solution for them, the most appropriate solution for them.
Always.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again another time.
Thanks, Joe.